This is Leaders Arise, and my name is Demola Awoyele. I want to welcome you powerfully to today's episode of this life-changing leadership platform where you are empowered with wisdom, principles from God's Word that would help you to become the leader that you have been ordained to become. So I want to say thank you for joining me on today's broadcast. Okay, so at the last episode, we began looking at, or we continue because it's been a series we've been running for a while, how to imitate effectively, all right, how to follow effectively. And today, I won't waste too much of time. I'm going to delve straight into what we're going to talk about, and I want to speak to the subject of timing. One of the key elements in effective imitation is to understand timing. Now, I have to say this because, when you follow somebody, you need to realize that where they are at, all right, might be different, of course, will be different from where you are at the moment. For example, what makes somebody worth following is because he has gone ahead of you. But you must now understand that it took him time to get to where he got to. Because some young people have crashed today because they want to live the life of their mentor. In fact, they are not comfortable seeing their mentor high up there, and they are still not where their mentor is. The truth of the matter is, wherever that mentor, that business tycoon, that global pastor, all right, that professor on campus, maybe vice chancellor of your school, maybe even your parents or whoever it is you are looking up to or you are imitating, they didn't get there overnight. Now, most of the time, your mentor and you are not in the same season. Most of the time, your mentor is in his harvest season, most of the time. Because that is probably what qualified that person to mentor you. He has paid his due. His life is manifesting some sort of result that has inspired you to want to follow him. So understand that your timing or your times are different. So most of the time, your mentor or the person you are imitating is in his harvest season. Don't ever forget that. Your parents, they are in their harvest season. You may have sown seeds, they have labored. Your senior pastor maybe is in his harvest season. Your vice chancellor or professor on campus, here you are a teaching assistant or a graduate assistant, and you are like, how am I going to cope here? Look at all these professors, they are just enjoying, they are driving the latest of cars, they really do not have much work to do, they gave me all of the work to do. Or you look at that businessman that you are following in business, the guy has made some stupid money, like we say, and is living in the life of his dream. Or here you are just starting your own journey. You are in your seed time. Don't ever forget that. When your mentor is in his harvest time, you are most likely in your seed time. You are going to be wrong to transpose your mentor's season to your season. For example, if you are your mentor or the person you are looking up to go to a restaurant and you are supposed to pay for differently, nobody is paying for anybody, and your mentor ordered for food worth 12,500 naira. You will be stupid. I may be wrong. Let me know if it was stupid to go order for the same thing, especially when you know you are not yet there. Look at you, your salary is 100,000 naira. And your boss, it may not even be your mentor, but somebody that is high above you. You and your boss goes to a restaurant. Your boss orders for example, when I was still working as a fresh graduate, I was working in Lekki, Lagos, in Island, Lagos. Sometimes we go to canteen to go and eat, and I see the big boys in the company. Some of them are managers, some of them are accountants. They go order for all this fast food. You want to call them Mr. Biggs, you want to call them whatever we used to call them then. Sincerely, I couldn't afford it. I'm talking about several years ago. Some of them in one sitting, they could eat for like 5,000. 5,000 naira was a lot of money then in one sitting. I could barely eat for 500 naira. Sincerely. Some of them, we say, Demola, when you are coming back from, just help me branch so and so and help me buy this. I couldn't buy it for myself. And I was not ashamed that I couldn't buy it for myself. I was not under pressure. I was not trying to impress anybody. They were buying food worth 5,000 naira because some of them, the salary is up to 500K, 500,000. As far back as then, I'm talking about how many years ago now, like 13 years ago, when money, we say was, when dollar to naira was still about 80 something naira, or maybe a little above 100 naira, maybe 130 or 120 or something like that. Not now that dollar is over 600 naira to naira. So that was when money was still money. You go buy food worth close to 5K, 3,000, 4,000. I couldn't even buy up to 500 naira as at that time. Now, but I realized or I understood that their season was not my season. They were in their, as it were, harvest season. There was a time when they were probably junior staff in the company that they couldn't afford that kind of meal. Because the reason why some people kill themselves or crash their destiny or pressure themselves too much is because they are trying to live in another man's season. They are trying to live in their mentor's season. Some people call it faith. It's not faith, it is fake. Any life that you cannot sustain is not faith, it is fake. Faith is a life that can be sustained. If that life cannot be sustained, or that lifestyle cannot be sustained, it is not faith, it is fake. So what did I do? Like I said, I made up my mind that I was going to live at my level, because that was my level. I understood time. Of course, after some years, I could afford those things so cheaply and easily. That your mentor is driving a brand new car does not mean you should kill yourself trying to drive one. Don't forget that. Remember in 2 Kings chapter 5, I guess verse 26, the statement that Elisha asked Gehazi, he said, is it time? Because Gehazi collected suit, change of raiment, whatever, silver from Naaman, and Elisha told Gehazi, is it time? That means Gehazi or Elisha was telling Gehazi, that it's not bad to wear expensive clothes or to collect stuff from people, but you must be careful that you are doing it at the right time. Don't forget that. Because the reason why some people blow up their destiny is because they can't discern times and seasons. Don't forget that your mentor or leader or the person you are following, you are not at the same season. In fact, there could be a time that you are trekking while your leader, your mentor, or your boss at work is driving the best of cars, SUV. He even drive past you on the road because maybe it's not going in your direction and he just waves at you. And you look at it and say, what kind of life is this one? My boss at work is driving brand new SUV. Here am I under the hot sun trekking. If you don't understand times and seasons, you will give up followership. You will say that it does not pay to follow. You might even try to whip up some emotion that this mentor or this boss is not fair. He is driving car, me I'm trekking. But if you ask that boss, there was a time that he was trekking and maybe somebody else was driving car. And if you can be patient enough, you realize that a time will also come that you will graduate from trekking, from jumping on motorcycles, from moving here and there. You will move to that point where you would be able to afford driving the car of your dream. And that is one point I want to emphasize today. That in mentorship or imitation, you must understand times and seasons. You must make up your mind that you will not live in a season that is not yours, and that you will not put yourself under unnecessary pressure trying to live the life that your mentor is living. That is not saying that mentors should not do their best to help their protege, but I am saying that every protege should be patient enough to pay their own dues, to go through their own process. Because I was taught over the years that when you pay your dues successfully, you will get to your due season. What we call due season is attached to dues. Galatians 6:7-9 tells us that we must not be weary in well-doing, because in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So I'm speaking to that young prodigy at that workplace, in that church, in that family, on that campus. Pay your dues. Never compare the season of your mentor or your leader with your own season. It's only a matter of time. You are going to enjoy. You are going to live the same life you are admiring in your mentor. Remember that your mentor paid his own price, paid his own dues. That was why he could be experiencing or enjoying what he's enjoying. And if you can pay your own price to pay your own dues, you will enjoy your own season. This is Demola Awoyele, and I want to say thank you for joining me on today's episode of Leaders Arise. Don't forget, we have been looking at how to imitate successfully, and the point of emphasis today is that you must separate between the timing and the season of your mentor from your own season, and ensure that you pay your own price. Never get pressured by the life that your mentor is living. Rather, let her challenge you to pay your own price, pay your own due, so that when you enter your own season, it will be a season of enjoyment. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast. Help me like this page, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not, and of course, share this video all across your social media platform. In case you have questions, comments, or feedback, I look forward to receiving all of them. Once again, go right there, be the leader you are meant to be. Bye for now.